All right, so getting started first impressions from the box. It actually looks really nice. We'll see if the final product matches up with that, but it was a really good first impression. Moving on to the instructions. The instructions were a little bit complicated.
Right, they look a little bit more basic than Bandai, but...
Yeah, it's kind of more of a rough image
Yeah.
than what I was used to. The one thing I would say is the stickers especially. There's not a clear step for, all right, here's time for stickers. It's just kind of there. So I actually did miss one sticker on the Tyrannosaurus that I'll show off later. But yeah, those are the directions.
Yeah, so, I mean, even the map's not as detailed as Bandai.
Yes, here we got the runners. The runners were really nice because I could pop all the pieces out. I didn't use nippers at all. It was also nice they have some extra runners included. So for example, here's some extra pieces. I'll just pop one out just so you see.
Oh, just so easy.
That's how easy it is. I actually had my son helping me with these. He likes to just pop the pieces out and then I put them together. And they're all color-coded really nicely, so these are really nice to work with.
What were the red pieces? Just the tongue, I guess.
Yeah, just the tongue. All right, so first impressions, looking at the two, we'll start with the Tyrannosaurus. What was really nice is most of it is using ball joints. The only thing is the arms are little pegs, but this provided great articulation. You could pose it in all sorts of different ways. The only tricky part with this is getting him to stand up exactly the way you want it. The next is the Raptor. The Raptor is the same, except the arms are actually ball joints as well. And this one's really cool. The face has a really good look to it. It actually matches the box picture pretty well.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Jurassic Park, the movie, and I mean, just looking at the mouth. And
they follow the ball joints like right down to the end of the tail, which is pretty impressive. Like, this is a ball joint and so's here. So that's great flexibility. And also, I think the tail, if it's like this, it gives you better ability to pose it, because you can always set that on the ground.
That's right.
And it will be able to like hold its position pretty well.
Yeah, it's actually really nice and really expressive.
How long did this take you to make?
Each one took a little less than an hour. The reason for the time was the claws. So yeah, the claws, being how small they were pretty tricky, to be honest. They have little tiny pegs that go in there, and they have to be at the exact right angle. So that was a challenge, especially I was working on it with my son. He couldn't quite handle those on his own. Yeah. But I was able to give him a hand, and we could get it done together.
So actually what we used to finalize this when it came to the office is to have a little bit of Tamiya glue in here. Yeah. Fine glue, quick setting. So you could probably get some super glue to do the same thing, but it keeps it in there because these were popping out quite easily. Yeah. But I'd say that like now it's got a really good look to it. Not so much with this one.
Yeah, this one wasn't too hard.
Yeah, I think it's because it's longer and the pegs were longer, right?
Yeah. The other thing was a little bit of a challenge. The teeth are actually pretty sharp. So like pushing stuff in here, pushing this together, like it was actually a little bit painful sometimes. So you might want to be careful with that. But it was a nice challenge.
But yeah, overall impressions?
Overall impressions, I really enjoyed it. It was something I could do with my kids, and that was really fun. My kids are not at the age they can be using nippers. I don't really have time for nippers a lot of the time. Right. So just something I could snap out, get it done in an afternoon, have fun. And then after that, I had something I could actually pose, play with, look at. You know, it felt pretty cool.
So you might see people like our affiliate Crowsummer does stuff on channel. He'll nipper it, and then he'll sand it, and then he'll fine sand it. Yeah. And this is not needed for this, really. After Jarod built this, I actually put in a little bit of colours. So I'll show you the video whilst I'm talking about this.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
If you paint over and then smear it, it only goes to the the crinkles or the wrinkles of the skin. And same with this, like the light blue is just paint, but 150 yen a pop. What's that, $1.50?
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad. So
another thing I'd like to mention is the expression in the eyes. If you look,
yeah.
So this eye, you would think,
they have stickers, yeah.
You would think this is just one sticker, but there's actually three. There's the left side, the right side, and then the centerpiece. And they actually provide a big black square that you can cut out into any shape that you want for a different expression. I stuck with the base version.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I mean, you can give him quite different looks. So I thought that was really nice that they included that.
Just dishing out the stickers here.
Yeah. So here's the piece.
Yeah.
You could trim this to whatever you like if you wanted to give him a big pupil or a more defined pupil.
Oh, okay. So it actually gives you the ability to like make a really different looking beast.
Yes. So I took it as kind of the base version, but you know, it's up to you to make it kind of what you want it. So I thought that was really neat. And there's also sometimes with these type of kits, they over rely on stickers. I missed one sticker, and that was this part right here. It was a red sticker because I didn't realize it wasn't explicitly in the directions step by step.
Yeah.
So be careful with that.
Quite honestly, even then, it's not too bad.
No, it looks fine. And there's a couple stickers inside the mouth.
Yeah,
but
I noticed that on, like, that must have taken a bit.
That was a little bit of a challenge to get in there.
If we can focus here, you can type of tell that that's pretty intense. But also, that I like they give the ribbing of the mouth as well.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
It gives a little realism. But this doesn't overly rely on stickers, and I think the kit kind of speaks for itself when you make it, and it looks really nice, and it doesn't need too much extra work, I think. The tongue also moves in there as well.
That's awesome.
Pose his tongue how you like.
Hella cheap.
Very, very cheap.
And they are available on hjj.com. Hell yeah.
Buy today.
Thank you.